You know, the more videos I make on this topic, the more I realise I'm completely and utterly right. This world has been made into a complete and utter garbage can. It's a mess. It is not the world I grew up in, and it's not the world that the youngsters of today deserve. I didn't have to face this nonsense when I was a kid, and they shouldn't have to face it either. They are swamped every day with depraved, disgusting, confusing, distracting, disgraceful media, and everything we use is overcomplicated garbage which is made with no consideration for the people who will end up using it. It's a mess. The world is literally a mess. It's been made into a mess by a particular and specific group of rubbish people who have decided that they don't care about everyone else. They want to ruin it for everyone else because they can't have it. That attitude is inside those people, and they have tried to create a ruined world because they couldn't have it. That's what they've literally done. They couldn't watch other people enjoy what they had, so they had to destroy everyone else's. And that is exactly what's happened. This world that we see around us is a disastrous, catastrophic mess. And it has been made so intentionally by spiteful, vindictive, malevolent, grabbing, grasping. It disgusts me. I've made so many videos now on all of these topics. They're all correct. They're all true. I have to personally take responsibility because no one else is taking responsibility for this. That's simply true. People have to take responsibility for their part in this world to try to make it a better place. And it's not softly, oh, that's not going to do a thing for anybody. Alright? That's not going to fix these problems. What's going to fix the problem is tearing these people out of the position that they have wormed their way into behind the scenes, sneakily manipulating everyone, and being upfront and straightforward about things. We need reality and honesty. Even if it might sound a little bit harsh, we need honesty and reality because you cannot work with lies. They don't work. They have no material substance because they are non-existent by their very nature. That's the problem with lies. And these people who have done this depend upon lies. But the problem is that the more lies they tell, the more lies they have to tell to cover up the initial lies. And it just becomes this lie mountain, and this is why the world has become a mess. I didn't want to be recording a video like this at age 44, observing this disaster that's happened to the world I grew up in. But I have no choice but to make such a video, because it's the truth. In the United Kingdom, I can tell you, my country is a mess of dysfunction and disorder and decay. It is a mess, and I don't like saying it. We have a beautiful country. It's potentially the strongest country you can imagine. And it's been actively undermined and rotted. The good news is that there is, at the centre of this land, at the centre of this country, untouchable, strong, hard heartwood that can't be attacked by the rotters who are trying to destroy this country. And that heartwood was created and generated using the blood and the love and the heart and the soul of everyone who put every ounce they had into creating this country. And I dare say the same is true for several other countries around the world. I won't stand for this. I will not allow this to continue. Personally, I take personal responsibility for this situation, and I must not be alone. I'll do it alone if I have to. I love my country. I want it to function properly. I want it to be running properly. It's not running properly at the moment. That's all I can say. I don't believe in the systems that we have available anymore because they have been corrupted and hijacked. And if you disagree with me, feel free. But you can see the results all around you. You can't get anything done. It's a mess. No one's listening to anyone. It's all, oh, well, I can't do this. Oh, I won't be responsible. And that is the attitude that has crept into our great nation. And it must be eradicated. The attitude of the people who created and generated and built this country to the point where it was the greatest empire the world has ever seen. Those people had the attitude of, I will take responsibility. I will create. I will uphold. I love my country. I love my people. And that ethos, that ethic, has been attacked by these rotters who have decided to try to undermine our country using our own media against us. It will not continue. It must not continue. It cannot continue. Because our country is now lying down, it's not doing what it could be doing. And the reason is a specific particular group of people have worked their way into the functioning components of our country to undermine it. This is the whole problem. For now, we can call them globalists or the New World Order, but the fact is that they are a specific and particular group of people who have decided to try to ruin what we have and what we have built. And they are in serious trouble because the people who love this country, whose ancestors and forebears fought and died for this place, and that includes me. My ancestors and forebears fought and sometimes died to protect this country. Those people won't allow this. Now the people who are doing this have decided to try to weaken us. They've literally, I'm not joking, in order to achieve what they've been doing, they've had to list everything that could possibly undermine us and slowly work at undermining us. And they've done so through our own media. That is newspapers, radio, television, films, books. They've got their fingers into every single facet of our lives, and they are working constantly, diligently to undermine us so that they can hijack our country. That is what has happened. That is what has happened. Call it what you like, I don't care. All right? It's evident. It is clear that that's what's happened. I'll give you a clear proof of it right now, because no loyal Englishman would ever allow or approve of the ridiculous amount of immigration that we have had into our country. They would not allow it, which proves that this country is not under the control or being ruled by loyal British citizens. Now, that is an invasion. Not that the immigrants aren't the invaders, they're the result of the invaders, the real invaders, who, while we have had our backs turned, have worked their way into the functioning components of our society and our government. And they've used nefarious financial means mainly to achieve it. And I know who they are, and if you've got half a brain, you know who they are too. And we must tear those people out of those positions of influence and control, because they are not loyal British citizens. You cannot have people working in your government systems who are not loyal to your country. You can't. It's insanity. No one could, with a good conscience, allow that to happen. You have to put your country's interest first, especially if you're working in state machinery, especially if you're working in the media of that country. Our country essentially has an infection, all right? And that infection is undermining the function of our country. And it must be gotten rid of. It must be removed for us to function at our best. It's the same with the human body. You can't function at your best if you're having poison dripped into you, or if you have some disease that you're being exposed to. We are, at the moment, as a country, sick and ill. It's true. You can see it all around you. That's why the rest of the world's people are just coming in and tramping around in our country. Oh, they're lovely people. Great. They can be lovely in their own country. We don't need them. We've got our own people. We don't need half the world's people in our country, and they don't need to be here either. They don't want to be here. They want to be in their own country. And why is their own country not functioning properly? Largely because our country isn't functioning properly. Because we are, as like it or not, the leaders of this world. Our influence is why most of the functioning world speaks English. And we are sitting down, not taking our responsibility in this world properly. The reason is we have been hoodwinked, and we have been led down the garden path, or up the garden path, by people who have insidiously and behind our backs as a nation snuck into a position of influence in our country, and they must be removed from it. They must be removed from it for our country to survive. But they don't want our country to survive because they're threatened by our country. They're happy to have the machinery under their control, but they're frightened of our country, and they shouldn't be. What they've decided to do is to try and steal control of our country. You can see it. Every time we have a Prime Minister, they say one wrong word against these New World Order people and they get canned. That's not a government. It's a joke. And that's our country. And I love my country. I don't believe in the systems we have in effect at the moment. Not at all. Because they have clearly been hijacked. The people who are making decisions on behalf of our citizens are making decisions outside of the interests of our citizens. That must not be allowed. How do we fix this situation? I've said before, it starts with the individual. Everyone needs to start taking personal responsibility for this country and start loving it and investing in it. And then we can overtake these people and they'll become redundant. They will be pushed out of the way. As we love our country and invest in it and put into our country what is necessary for it to survive. We have to do this. We need leaders, and we need them now. I will do my part. I hope that other people will stand up as well. I really want this country to be great, as it always has been. It's a leadership. It's a leading country. We can't sit down and wander around like idiots waiting for other people to run it for us. We have to do it ourselves. Truly, all we have to do is set examples. And then the morons who are actually apparently in positions of authority or power will be led by us. Because we'll just do what's right in this country anyway, and they will be forced to actually do their jobs, and we can actually help them to do their jobs in the face of the scumbags who are actually manipulating them. And then eventually we'll get control of our country back, and we will be happy and proud again. I'm sad that this has happened to our country. Very sad. I'm sad that I grew up in a country that was being hijacked as I grew up. But now, because I see exactly what's happened, I can also see the solution. This isn't progress. This is deviation, and we need to get back to what works. Not with glib statements, but with absolute, genuine, honest truth and authenticity. That's what built this country, and that's what will recover it. I hope this means a lot to a lot of people. It means a lot to me.